It's Saturday night, and we have so much in store for you. Coming up next, it's the Celebrity Corner, and we'll be joined by physiotherapist, dance and fitness pro Chris Choreo Gonzalez. Then at 9:45, it's What's Hot, and we'll be highlight a must-attend event. And at 10:20, it's the Hot Topic, and we found the hottest local and international news.
And as we head into the Celebrity Corner, we are here with a special celebrity guest. Joining us tonight in the Celebrity Corner is physiotherapist, dance and fitness pro Chris Choreo Gonzalez. She's a dynamic woman who is a graduate of both Edna Manley College and the University of the West Indies, Mona. Most people might know her by her sexy dance tutorials on TikTok, Instagram, and other social media platforms. And her most recent performance, the performance they talk about, Sumfest, with the bad artist Dyani. So as we welcome to the weekend meltdown, Miss Christina, how are you?
I am good. Big up Jamaica.
Yeah.
Big up. Glad for being at the studios, Chris.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wonderful to have you. We would like to know, everybody would like to know in Jamaica, when did your love for dancing start?
Boy, that's a crazy question. My love for dancing started years ago. I could have gone as far back as being in the womb.
Wow.
And that's not a way, but really and truly, it probably actually did because my mother was a dancer.
Okay.
And she danced with me when she was pregnant. She used to do limbo. She used to do, them cabaret dancer at the hotel?
Really?
Yeah. So she used to do things like limbo. She used to do things like fire dance, where you put the kerosene oil in your mouth and blow the fire.
Yeah. So you must come out and dance.
Yeah, and she used to dance, and she do all them things that would mean her belly. So
That's amazing.
Okay. And plus your dad, he's a famous
visual artist.
Yeah.
Your research.
Yes. Yeah. So I was really interested. When I found that out, I'm like, really? But I didn't even realize. I didn't even see the connection until I checked it out. And you know what I mean? I was really amazed. So you definitely come from a really talented gene pool. You know the genes.
Yes.
Artistic.
Yes.
And okay, so we know about the dancing, and most people won't know that you are a physiotherapist. Now, for people that don't know, what is physiotherapy about?
Oh, well, physiotherapy, we call ourselves rehabilitation/movement specialists. We're those persons who help you to get back up on your feet whenever you have things like a musculoskeletal injury. Well, musculoskeletal is really a fancy way of just saying your muscles and your bones them. If you break them, we can help you to fix them back in terms of, giving you specialized exercise programs to help with that.
Okay.
We also not only work with musculoskeletal conditions, but we work in pediatrics. If, you're like a baby does not have any type of movement impairment. We can help to straighten them out in all sorts of different ways. And then a big issue the other day, the Ministry of Health put out a notification that in Jamaica we have a stroke crisis.
Yes.
So one of the major things we do as well, we get quite a bit of stroke patients, lots of physiotherapists. So neurological rehabilitation, musculoskeletal rehabilitation. We also work in the hospitals, cardiopulmonary stuff. So a lot of the physiotherapists who during the pandemic, quite a few of them were, on the COVID wards doing all kind of mucociliary clearance, all kind of things to help them to breathe better, improve oxygen saturation, all kind of things. Nice. So physiotherapy, long and short, we help to optimize your everyday activities of living.
Okay.
Can I add one more point?
Yes, you can.
How do you balance being
both of them?
and being a dancer?
It's a lot. It's a lot that you do in choreography. So I was really wondering, like, how you balance all of that. Like,
that's a good question. Sometimes I do it really well. Other times it's like, what's going on? We need help. And like my niece over there, I have her, she's been helping me out so much. But really and truly, I'm a to-do list junkie.
Oh wow!
So I will have like my to-do list. Like every week, I try my best. It don't happen every week, so I'm not gonna sit down here and act like I'm this perfect every day. I have it together. No, I do have a structured personality, so I try to do my to-do list as often as possible.
Okay,
it's not always possible.
Oh wow!
So I have my to-do list, and I try to go by them week by week.
Tell about the discipline that goes into the work that you put in on both ends, because it does take a lot of discipline. Because I do follow your page. I've been following your page, and I do realize that you really post. You post a lot. You post hard. So when I look at that, and I see that you're building your work. You're building your work. Your list, your catalog of work. So I do know that there's a lot of discipline that goes into it. So tell us about that. Tell us about like a daily, you do your daily routine, like how you keep that.
What is a day in the life of Chris Choreo?
A day in the life of Chris Choreo. If it goes well, here is a day in the life of Chris Choreo. So typically, I do physiotherapy from 12 to 6 p.m.
Okay.
So between the hours of 12 to 6 p.m., I'm seeing patients, and in between patients, I'm doing my reading, looking up scientific studies, evidence, because you have to stay current. For me in healthcare, you can't be reading something from 1980 or when. Where that can work for entertainment, it's not going to work for healthcare, because you can get lawsuit on your hands, all kind of stuff. So you have to constantly be current with what's happening in the
So you have to basically be studying.
You have to be studying while you're practicing. Exactly.
Okay,
so that happens between 12 and 6 p.m.
That's every day?
So, weekly, And then early mornings, typically it's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, because Tuesdays and Thursdays in the mornings I typically have home patients. So versus going into the clinic and seeing my regular persons, I'll have like home visits where I go in person, probably can't walk, I have to go to see them, you know what I mean? That happens Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays in the mornings when I wake up, that's the fun part. Because I get to be Chris Choreo. I get to put on my sexy bikini.
Problems.
That's the Chris Choreo. Trouble, right? So that's when I will shoot my YouTube videos. I will try to do as much as possible. Sometimes I have promo videos from artists, young artists, and established artists want their music out there. You know, the industry well saturated now. Everybody try to get them stuff out and in front of people. So that's the time when I will do that. So that's what will happen in like a work week that goes well, that goes to the T. Yeah.
Okay. And what made you decide to go in physiotherapy?
Or interestingly,
practice physiotherapy, should I say?
There's several reasons for that. Number one being, I've always been a lover of biology from like high school days and just movement. And then I grew up in a fitness family where typical Caribbean parents, they don't want to see you sit down. You have to get up and do chores and them something. Well, my mother was also a fitness person. My father was a fitness person as well, but he never take it as serious as she, in that she gets certified and whatever. He used to the jogging and that triathlon thing where you run and you ride and you swim. He used to do it on a waterfront, because Kingston him come from originally.
Okay.
My mother now used to do like yoga and them something there. What was the question? It's my time. What do you tell me to do physiotherapy? Right. So then all of that combined now is something that I always wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do something in healthcare, but sitting down as a medical doctor, it just never appealed to me. And so the one thing that I thought I could do while still being able to do dancing was physiotherapy. The other thing now, why I decided to really take it up, because there was a point where I was just like, probably I can just do the dancing and don't know. In Jamaica,
the dancing is going good for you.
The dancing is going good. It's going good. But there was a point in Chris Choreo's life, before me even known as Chris Choreo, when people wouldn't really call me for gigs. You know what I mean?
In a teething stage, basically. You're just a star.
So I never really used to get, what I used to get is like, all right, as a young dancer, I used to get a lot of gigs with like the young artists them coming up. And there's nothing wrong with that, because the young artists coming up, they become bigger.
Big artists,
eventually.
And then what I would realize is that when the big gigs them come, when the Cardi B them, the big Beyonce them come, nobody now call Chris Choreo. So I say, all right, you know what? Here's what I will do. I will get myself a degree so I can pay my way through, so I can take care of my dancing thing. So it can be a choice for me. You understand?
Have something to fall back on.
Exactly. So that's those two reasons. So yes, I love physiotherapy, but the other thing is that I also need to be able to finance myself as a dancer, because some of the time it really don't it really don't pay. Makes sense, it don't pay sometimes.
That is true. That is true. That's
even like currently, like even since your Sumfest gig, because I know that your Sumfest gig that took you to a whole another level. And because as I said, I do follow your page, so I saw where there was a huge increase in following. So tell us about that. Tell us about.
So now it is different for real. Now it is different. Actually, if I consider, though, my employer hear this. I hope she's not listening.
Like your ears, employer.
I love her so much. But anyway, I'm actually even considering just doing this full time. You know what I mean? And doing the physiotherapy on the side. But I have
like your own practice.
My own, not necessarily my own practice, but my own dancing / physio on the side type of thing, because it really is doing very well. My YouTube views have picked up quite a bit. I mean, it was picking up during the pandemic, because I mean, everybody was home and they wanted stuff to
pre-Sumfest.
Pre-Sumfest, but then even with Sumfest now, it has kind of solidified it as well.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
So it has been going good. I have gotten, one of the things that I got recently was assigned with Scope Talent influencers. So now I actually have a manager working with now.
That's local.
Local.
Okay.
So they're associated with The Lab. I don't know, you know, The Lab advertising agency in Jamaica. So they're associated with them. So I'm actually excited about them. Big things
in the works.
So
you're gonna see Chris Choreo and Cardi B soon. So tell us about being on Sumfest. Like, how was that experience for you? Because I know it's not a normal thing to go up on the stage and then front of so much people. Cyclone have a little experience with that because him is a MC for Kappa Shot Sound. So him that road. And so what was that first time like for you?
It actually wasn't my first time.
It wasn't?
Sumfest. No, it was not. I did a gig with Danger where I choreographed years ago. Probably about 2008, 2000. I don't want to age myself, but several years ago, I did a gig with Danger where I choreographed myself and another dancer, Raquel, and myself and Danger, and she did a really fantastic set as well. There was like a poll on set that she did, like a mini feature on that. So this is actually, I think either the second or third time, because I think I had done something with Richie Loop as well. Some time ago.
Okay.
So, but the experience of me being a solo act then.
Yes, a solo.
Yeah, that's my first time as a solo act. So it was pretty good. It was pretty.
You never knew it was not all. But the eyes, they were at the fire and like when you look out at the crowd, they see the whole people like them a flash and
like a nervousness to it.
Because I kind of think that you kind of stole the performance from Dyani a bit, Because Dyani was like
in that
I look at him and say, no man, the girl, she go the whole show. That show scene was crazy. Like, did you conceptualize all of that?
No, I did not. I maybe inspired it because I did so much bikini stuff on my page. I maybe inspired it, but it was Scatter Burrell who called me and he said, "Listen, we have a shower and we want you to, we want you to dance in the shower." And at first I was like,
dance in the shower.
What are you? No, I'm not interested in that type of controversy right now. But then, he told me about it a little bit more. He described it a little bit more, and I was like, okay, cool. And interestingly, a lot of people don't know this, but me dancing in the shower on Sumfest, that was actually the first time I was seeing a shower.
Oh wow!
That was the first night I was meeting Dyani.
Oh wow!
So we literally met like a couple hours backstage because I was all the way because I was doing a sensuality series, which is something I do regularly. The next one is coming up October, December. Shameless plug. October,
that's
December.
Right. Keep it locked, right?
Yes. Right. So, I had to rush from Kingston, well, not rush, but like a safe driving with a good driver. You safely driving, right? So that class finished at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. It started 5 to 7. It was like a workshop, sensuality, empowering women to, embrace their feminine energy. And then after that, I had a driver come for me at my apartment, and he took me all the way down. So there wasn't any time for me to the stage rehearsal, for me to meet the artists.
Yeah.
So literally, I went down there.
Short notice.
Got changed, met him as he was getting ready.
Wow.
And then went backstage. He started his set, went on. I only saw a picture of the show, which is a WhatsApp message was sent to me the evening of.
So
while I was driving.
You don't know the dimensions. You don't know if it's too big for you, if it's too small for you.
Exactly. So, and then when he called me on, nothing on stage was rehearsed. We didn't talk about it. The only thing I said to Dyani backstage was, what shouldn't I do? And then he was like, no, just do whatever you want to do. Anything you want to move, follow your lead. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So I can touch you and all of them. So
Yeah, problems.
Wow, you made it work though.
Yeah, she definitely made it work because,
Thank
as
you so
I
much.
said, that was one of the performances of the night, and it
Yeah.
wasn't, like, from that, I said no. But
That video
I'm a
had-
big fan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes,
Yeah.
that video had a lot of views and a lot of comments.
Yeah, I think
a
Yes.
whole
it
lot.
went viral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it did went viral. So tell us about like the dancing and women empowering. How do you correlate the two? Like, how does it work?
Well,
Because I know, I know you have a choreography classes where you get your women, your customers come in.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
So the sensuality dance class is for women who are looking to tap into the feminine energy. And really and truly it was birthed from my wanting a dance class that helped me to tap into my sensual side and just not having that access to that in Jamaica. Like, we don't really
Yeah.
have classes like that
No.
in
Yeah.
Jamaica, unless there's like a pole class, and then sometimes the pole dancing classes feel very aerobic. It feels very workout like,
Yes.
and then you're really focused on just trying to perfect the movements versus really just tapping in and just enjoying
Enjoying
yourself.
Yes.
the feeling of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I feel that in this world right now, the masculine energy has taken over quite a bit because people are just trying to be a lot more aggressive. People are just so assertive. People are
Yeah.
just this and that. And then it's like, being a female, you're almost seen as being weak. So it's like, if you're not being, it's
Yeah.
like people don't really, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because
And-
I have noticed some of that.
yeah,
You
and
know?
so even women, and I'm guilty of it as well, is like you constantly feel like you have to constantly be competing with the men, and really and truly you don't need to do that.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
can just tap
Yeah.
into you, and I do that through teaching women, doing it through dancing, expressing yourself through dancing, to tap in through dancing. And so the classes, the workshops that I do, the focus is not on trying to perfect movements. Yes, I do teach you tips and tricks. You
Yes.
know, you want to go up on the head top, you want to flip, you want to do like a reverse wine, whatever.
Yeah.
I teach all those things, yes, but the focus is on tapping into you, allowing your real self to just blossom, to just come through, because your own unique self, it's beautiful. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yes.
And imperfection is beautiful.
Yeah.
Perfection is boring on all. That's, to me, perfection is boring. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
And yeah,
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
definitely.
You know what I find, that you have many women who suffer from confidence. They lack confidence.
Yes.
And like, it's hard for them to stand up in a room, speak to someone, introduce
True.
themselves.
True.
And even the pandemic has brought on a lot of depression, a whole lot.
Yeah.
And it has been very stressful. And I believe the dancing somehow should help women feel empowered, right?
Yes, they do. And I love that you mentioned the pandemic, because a lot of the ladies that I met as well from countries as far as Bali, Australia,
Yes.
they came in and they were like, Chris, thank you so much. Like, the pandemic has really gotten them down. Like, they have the kids, they have to be taking care of the kids, and everybody's
Yes.
home, and it's depressing. And it really helped a lot of them to get through the pandemic.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So these classes, even though I have physical classes, it's virtual as well, so that they can still be there
Be
with
there
me.
with
Has
So-
anyone
Yeah,
told
yeah,
you that
yeah.
it has like helped rekindle their love life in any way? Like,
Yes,
have you ever
yeah.
that? It
Yeah.
has. So
Yeah.
people been a go up on
Boldly.
them head top. You know them.
Boldly.
Them bring it
I
from
mean,
their
not
class. and the bed.
specifically the top.
Any husbands calling us,
Problem.
Chris, you did a great job.
I thought about that.
This week, interestingly so, a lady reached out to me because I had sent out a message to them saying that, we're going to have our next workshop in October. And she was like, okay, she messaged me one away because I sent her the message in a group chat. She said, well, Chris, I won't be able to participate in that class. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. And it's your fault. So I'm like, why? I'm pregnant. So,
You caused that.
she said, it's your fault. You teach me all to do all of them something. I know I'm pregnant. I was like,
You get kind of trouble.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's really good. You know what I mean?
man.
That's really good
That's
because people them think they need it. You know,
Yes.
and I do
Yes.
believe that women need that type of space where they
do.
can really just be themselves and tap
Exactly,
into
they
them
do.
feminine
Yes.
self. You know,
Yeah.
because as Chris said, where they out the road, to all the women them affair defend themselves to, you know, them affair tap in at the man in them, you see me, and them type of thing there. And you know, it's good that, you know, you can bring them back down.
Exactly.
You know, to being comfortable in their self, you know, just making that natural feminine energy. Cause that we love seeing, because even when you come to the door, you know, that's something just you know what I mean, just connect with.
Yeah.
You know, Cyclone a look, Jeremy a look, you know, Marina start look, everybody I say no. You know? So, you know what I mean, we can definitely say, you know, you go with a bag of things, and we love that. You know what I mean? Tell us about your choreography classes, otherwise maybe not the sensual stuff, but you know, like the regular choreography. Like what are some of the stuff that, you know, people come there to learn from you? Like, do you do like the nowadays dance them like Lego the bird and, you know, like little flavor thing?
Rifle walk.
Yeah.
Some people want to come check about that. Them, you know, like tourists. Want come in, them come in and them say, "Oh, Chris, I need to learn the leg of the bird."
I mean, I do. It's not really my focus per se, but I do if they want to. Like I had a group the other day that I did some work with. You know, persons want to learn the current dance moves. I teach them, you know, but it's not like my main, like this is what I advertise as a leg of the bird. No, not really. I'm more into the sensual, sexy, bad girl, workout.
So what are some of the dances that, you know, you might be proficient, but you're good at? Like, that's your forte? Like,
currently, definitely sensual, sexy, wind up. A lot of persons know me for that, both in the soca group or populous and the dancehall arena. People know me for winding up my body and it's up there. Apart from that, one thing I don't really share a lot with persons is I do have a love for salsa.
Salsa.
Oh
wow.
Salsa. That's sexy.
So nobody no request that?
I have had a couple persons request like one-on-one classes for that, but it's not like a popular. It's, to be honest, in Jamaica it's kind of underground because there's a
Latin night. I believe Holy Smokes.
Yeah.
For real?
Please.
There
I never know about that.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very sexy.
You know.
So they did the salsa, they did the bachata, and one of the newest forms, actually African origin, is kizumba, which is very sexy and taking the place by storm. It's very intimate, very wind up.
No, so I forgot. So you soon put out the video there.
What's that? Those videos?
Yeah, the video we are talking
I
about.
do it occasionally. I do it occasionally, but the thing is that it's still new to Jamaica, still new to me, so I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
So like explore it.
So eventually,
when you perfect the form,
I will put it out somewhere.
All right, we'll be looking out.
We
definitely look forward for that.
How do you deal with negative comments? Do you get negative comments
all the time?
Person saying
All
you
the
wind
time.
up your body too much.
All the time.
Too much
all the time.
skimpy
People
clothes
say that. Yeah,
because
I get it all the time.
Yeah, because you know the people that never know say, you know, you just by looking at your video that you are actually in the medical field.
Yeah.
You know, so how does that? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with, you know, the negative energy? I know a social media, you probably have 10 I say good. You have an next 4 around so I say something else. I say something bad. Like how do you react or how do you deal with that? Like,
you know what's incredible?
In your craft.
You know, it's incredible. Sometimes you could get like 100 good comments, you know, positive comments, and then you see that one little bad mind smiley there.
Little spec there.
Everything.
Yes. Well, for me personally, I'd like to think that I've become bulletproof somewhat, because there's always that little one where just throw you off sometimes. But I try my best to focus on the positive comments. I've had persons, even my own Jamaican people, which is kind of the story behind me using the Jamaican flag a lot more often in my videos. I've had Jamaican people say, take down the Jamaican flag, you can't dance and whatever. I've had my own Jamaican people say stuff like that.
Wow.
And so because one time I used to have like a little Jamaican flag. No, Medicide said no, but you can't tell me what to do. The fact of the matter is that the people behind these negative comments, half the time they're commenting from like a private profile. A profile which is fake. You know what I mean? So I say, obviously, if you could do what I was doing, you wouldn't have the time to comment over here. I don't see the popular dancers commenting those bad things. Why am I worrying myself about you?
Exactly.
So I'm gonna buy one big Jamaica flag and put it in the back of my and say, all right,
just because them say that.
Just because.
Just
because.
bad
I'm
mind.
gonna put it in the back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll love to see that.
Get them all the time. Get them all the time.
Yeah, we love to see that. So like people from overseas and so on and so forth, them reach out to you like on a regular, say coming in, say them want to join your class.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had persons invite me for workshops. The thing is, coming out of the pandemic this year, a lot of this stuff is just really rushed, and everybody just trying to, promoters, everybody just trying to get back on their feet as quickly as possible. So I've had I had a couple invites to come up, but things like papers and visas and them something never come through in time.
Yeah.
So those are like in the works for like next year.
Okay.
So I definitely have persons looking out and say, all right, we want you to come to Europe for this one.
Oh, wow.
To the US for this.
So you're going to do the travel
man.
vlog and them things?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yes, man.
That's a feel night,
For sure.
International Shigan, you know.
Yeah,
For
man,
sure.
right there, so.
For sure.
You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like, your channel are one of the must-see channels, you know. If you don't know Chris Choreo's channel, you know what I mean? You need to find her.
Follow
Chris,
it. Find it.
plug your thing. Plug your
Chris
Instagram.
Choreo. So Chris Choreo, CHRISS_CHOREO. The YouTube, I recommend to all the ladies out there. And interestingly, there are some men who actually follow the page as well, because I also post physiotherapy videos and stuff like back pain, knee pain,
like things we can do.
Yeah, so I'm getting
Home
into
remedies.
that a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have those as well on there. So both men and women can subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's also Chris Choreo, CHRISS CHOREO. I could plug my TikTok as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Of course.
Official Chris Choreo, official Chris_Choreo. That's my TikTok.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, may I have to subscribe to the one day. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Please
People.
do.
Yeah, man. People jump in the Instagram on the socials. You know what I mean? Follow up Chris Choreo. You know, support her. You know, she's one of our very own Jamaicans doing the thing. You know what I mean? So you have to do the support.
If you're just joining us, we are here with Christina Chris Choreo Gonzalez, right? Dance extraordinary, right? Bad physiotherapist. Now,
Top choreographer. I left out that.
see?
Yeah.
My host got me. My team got me. Now, Christina, what would you say is your favorite genre of music to dance or choreograph?
Wow. Put me on
Yeah.
a spot there now.
Cause
Yes.
we can't tell. Like you do all of them when we
I
see a
do,
dance,
I
you
do.
do
Well,
it
yes.
exceptionally well.
But I think the ones that I like the most, and it could be across many genres, is the ones that allow me to be sensual, because that's where I am my most natural. It's organic for me. I have chemistry with that music. So it could be Afrobeats, it could be Latin, it could be dancehall, the sexy dancehall them. It could be soca. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So
Yes.
any music that allows me to just be sexy, be sensual.
For just be you.
Yeah.
To add the winding on it.
So your party and them thing the same way, Chris?
I do go to parties. Interestingly, it's not like my favorite thing. It depends on the party. I think parties nowadays is just the promoters just getting some DJs. No offense to anybody, but just
Talk. Why you talk?
Papa shot, man. Yeah.
So it just feels like I just get a venue where, all right, okay, it's safe enough. And I get a DJ, and then just have some security at the gate and just let in a bag of people, and then they play the music and the people them dance. There is hardly any experience. It gets so repetitive that literally whenever I go to parties now, I just feel like it's working, because as I start dance, the cameras are on me and I'm like, okay,
Lord
cool,
God.
let me just
have
let's
to
feel
put
like
on a face.
Yeah,
You feel like you want to tell the
Exactly.
promoter to link up. Yeah.
Facts. You know what I mean? So I just feel like parties and there are some, you know what I mean, need to have a bit more experience versus just, I don't know what it could be, like have
Like,
like a games place
wait-
or have like a, I don't know.
What you think about the money pull up thing, like what go on now? Because it does seem like to some extent that most DJs nowadays them just play for the money pull up. So I just tune them.
Play the chopper song them.
The chopper
Yeah.
song.
Get the little money pull up and that's
You know,
it.
but I
That
don't know if
as
you see
well.
the clip with the girl where you go to the selector and she time for bus shot, she time for shoot. So It does seem that way. What do you think about that?
I didn't see that, but I do agree. I do agree that I think a lot of selectors do just play just for the likes, just because they know something is current. I will speak. Most of the parties that I go to are like soca parties. So I know a very popular soca party I went to the other day. I think me as a diehard soca fan, I was kind of disappointed because I feel like they could have played a lot more new soca songs versus the songs that have been played out since like before the pandemic hit. You know what I mean? So I feel like they were just playing songs that they know is a sure way of getting people to rail up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think, I'm one of those persons who is all for, diversity, play the music if it's hot, if it's good, people will love it.
Yeah.
But, I can't speak for a selector, I can't speak for a DJ, so I can't really say, okay, do this, can next thing your party go flop? And then Chris Choreo calls it.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
it's tricky because I guess I can put my 2 cents on this.
As a soca man.
As a DJ, and as a soca DJ also.
Yeah.
I think it's a very tricky situation also because most of the DJs in the soca scene, we do know the soca music, we do travel the world and play soca music, but the problem is that if you say you have let's use a number of 100 people in a venue and probably 5 person follow the music like that, so it's kind of a tricky situation. Like you play new songs and it's like the crowd is like,
they're not really feel it.
But
I
feel like if you're into partying and you go out to party, actually follow up what you're going out. It's not just behind because of the hype that your friend is going to a soca party. If you're going to enjoy yourself, go and party. So when the DJs get a chance to play the new music, vibe. Hold a vibe, don't just stay there and then you say,
You must say, wait, me don't know this.
So I just gotta stand up and look around and
because I do think playing at a soca party is a little bit more tricky than the average dancehall party.
It actually isn't.
It isn't.
It actually isn't because it's playing at a regular party. It's thinking, well, from my point of view again, it's thinking about probably 5-6 different genres. Now with soca, you're thinking, boy, let's say for argument's sake, from the 90s come up. So it's just thinking of one genre of music, so to say, if it's an actual soca party, not a soca-ish party. And I think Christina knows what I'm talking
quite
about.
a few of those.
Few soca-ish parties. Okay.
Yeah. So it's personally, I don't think it's harder. I think it's much easier because you focus on one genre. You understand? So to me, it's easier from my point of view. That is.
So who are the most hear artists for you, Christina, when you go to a soca party?
Yes.
Like for the most of the party I go good. Who are the most heard artists?
Machel Montano is like a come on, he's like a staple.
Staple.
Montano.
In my column in a soca. Column. A whole column.
And then exactly. And then there's Patrice Roberts is definite.
Yeah.
Destra Garcia is definite.
Lucy.
Then you have the skinny fabulous. Then you have the Mr. Killer. And then you have the whole of the jab. There has to be like a jab section. I'm like a jab fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
So the whole of the jab has to be that. Oh God, I don't like this because I don't want to go not call somebody because them follow me now. but yeah, those I think I just mentioned about 5. Second Star is another one too.
Second big up anyway.
He's definitely one of them.
Yes, man.
Oh God. You know, put on a spot now, if I don't call anybody, you know, some still loving them, right?
Okay.
But yeah, those are definitely
just a
among
few,
mine.
yes.
Yeah, among the
Okay.
few. Yeah.
All right. So give me 3 of your favorite songs based off of your question before or your answer before. Give me 3 of your top songs in soca for this year.
Soca. I know this is not a new song. I should have mentioned it before.
Or yeah, well
Favorite.
after COVID till now. So I'll give you about 2 years. Just 3.
Pretty is another soca artist I've never mentioned before, but Pretty has a Lost and Found. My love Lost and Found.
Mm-hmm.
That have to play because get have a bend over and everything.
Let's get off a bend over the floor. No problem.
What's the other one? I know. What his name is Mr. Happy. Mr. Happy. That is for like the family type of thing from Marshall Montano.
Yeah.
And then of course there's a Drink Water with Patrice
Patrice.
Roberts. That's Alpha.
Yes.
That's you know what I mean? So that's one of them as well.
Okay, nice.
So you been to Carnival this year?
The one that just went by, no.
Oh wow! What happened?
I don't know. I just wasn't feeling the vibe this year. I think the July and then it was kind of up in the air as to okay, is it happening? Is it not happening? And then
because
it
it
just
didn't.
kind of happened, and I was like,
What them like them just sneak it pan way.
it just
Like it just out of nowhere. Like wait.
So I was like, I'm not really feeling, and then the vibes build up to it as well. I think I only went to like one of the parties or two. I think I went to about two, and the vibe build up was just wasn't there for me. My
just
friends
didn't feel like a carnival.
Yeah.
It didn't.
You feel like somewhere where like a hurry come up, like them just.
It didn't.
Yeah.
So, but I am going to Trinidad Carnival in February for the
So
first time.
so where I say, Christian, bring me.
You
Yeah man, I rolling up man.
want to come?
You come in a suitcase.
So
Yeah.
it's gonna be your first time in Trinidad
My
for carnival?
first time in Trinidad for Carnival. I've been there for band launch before, and they have invited me before, but because I had work, I couldn't go. But I am fully ready. Buy my ticket already.
Wow.
So is this an invitation
Stay down
for
for
us to have fun?
costume.
Is this an invitation for have fun or invitation like you go perform?
What's that in the past?
No, for Trinidad.
This particular
This Trinidad
one?
where you go.
Oh no, this is me.
No, this is
just
okay.
me.
Nice.
This is me going to Trinidad Carnival because of
Get loose.
I've been that too. But I feel like I've been starved. The whole pandemic we never have no carnival, and then I just feel like Trinidad Carnival is gonna be crazy next year.
I see some clippings at Trinidad Carnival, and it different.
Out of this
different
world,
to Jamaica.
right?
thing.
I've been to Trinidad for carnival, and I don't think there's any other carnival.
I feel them things, so I
Yeah.
feel them things. So I expect say it must different some way from out here. You know what I mean? Because I feel them things.
It's hot.
Yo, more go
Over there.
more go.
And it's crazy because I being a first timer, like booking accommodations and so on. It's crazy how I think I finalized my stuff like last month, but like I have been looking from like 2-3 months. And like everywhere in Port of Spain is booked out.
Yes,
and I was like,
So
what people? A lot of
Jamaicans go over there.
A lot.
Yes.
People just wanna find. Well, I know that especially after COVID, everybody was just waiting on the date to find out that carnival is keeping. Once it's find out, everybody's on the internet looking.
Costumes are selling out like, look here, I have a linky and she helped me out.
Big up the linky. You sure you don't want to plug the linky while you have the chance?
Big up Darcel.
Yeah, big up Darcel. With a good costume them. I make the girl them look good. You know what I mean?
So, all right. So you're going to Trinidad for carnival. Which day are you looking forward to? Monday or Tuesday?
Wait. Remember, ask before she answer. Before she answer, what is the difference between Monday and Tuesday? What is the difference?
Well, Monday is Carnival Monday. That's just like the pre-mass. And then the Tuesday is just like the big road march.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
So the Monday are like Juve and them type of thing?
No. So it's 2 days of road.
Okay.
2 days on the road.
Yeah.
Okay. So them not the Juve over there?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They do.
Juve are the pre-lead up.
They do everything. Like a
Okay.
whole week
It's
of
one.
like
It's literally
fitting.
1 week.
One entire
One
week.
week at carnival?
1 week of carnival. About 5 to 6 parties every day.
Wow.
Every day.
So
It's crazy.
So
You're
where
going
the
to
road
all of
march
that?
go?
I'm not going to all of them,
Oh.
but I'm going to go as many as possible. I'm landing on the 16th and I'll leave about the 22nd, 23rd. So I'm going to try to get in as many as possible.
Oh, you have some time.
Yeah, interestingly, I was only going to go because poor me never know. Carnival baby, me never know. So Trinidad, the whole fitting was such a vibe, was so crazy.
Yes.
Because I told my friend that, I'm coming down, but I only come in like, what is it? The Sunday to leave on the Wednesday. So the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. She's like, no, girl, but you're going to miss all of the fetty. And I'm like, what you talking about? You know what I mean? You know, in Jamaica, we don't really have them someday.
Yes.
So you have Trinidad friends?
Yes.
Friends over there, okay.
Yes. And I have a good following. I think apart from Jamaica, I have a very strong following in Trinidad.
Okay.
Yes.
So I make an appearance, your fans them, man.
Yes.
Them can
Yeah.
say, oh my
We're
God,
gonna
it's
go fit with
Chris
them.
Choreo.
I can't wait.
Yeah, man. So
I can't
definitely, I
wait.
look forward to that too.
Yeah.
So you'll be vlogging for that.
Of course.
Because I think that's something you should definitely do. If you're gonna travel,
am.
you need to vlog. So
I
your fans them
I
can
am.
see what go on
I
and
am.
see, Because I think you've made yourself such a staple on social media in
Yeah.
Jamaica right now.
Oh,
People
thank
them
you so
can't
much.
get enough of you.
Yep, we're
You know
all
what I mean?
watching.
And my always I see a come and feed them and say, yo, I wonder what Chris do today. Isn't me? I mean, comes and scroll over. So I know it's enough other people out there like me.
Stalker.
You know that. Oh my God. But you know what I mean? We love the vibes. We love to see what.
Bless up. I
Yeah, man.
appreciate you.
And we see that you have a 876 tutorial Tuesdays. Tell us more about that.
So 876 Tutorial Tuesdays, that interesting. I started that before the pandemic. I was just interested in getting monetized on
Yes.
YouTube. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I am a proud believer and supporter of the YouTube University. I have learned quite a lot of stuff from YouTube. And back in the day, I didn't really find a lot of stuff that supported or really helped to dissect Jamaican dancing. So I was like, all right, I guess this is what I should contribute back, because I've watched so many YouTube videos, for my hair, for how to dress, how to put on makeup, everything.
Yes.
So I said, let me contribute back to the YouTube community. And in so doing, I started 876, which is just for Jamaica, and it's a tutorial thing that happens every Tuesday. So I just put three words together, 876 Tutorial Tuesdays, and the rest is history. But I had to change the name to Chris Choreo because people weren't finding the tutorials because the name is so long.
Yes.
And people don't remember it so easy. So that's where that started from. And I started with I think the first video that went viral for me on YouTube, it got over 1 million views, is the boom pan it. I did a tutorial for that. There's a dance that they were doing where they went all the way down low and they moved their hands here, and people went crazy for that tutorial. And from that, I got monetized off of that one video.
Wow.
And then the rest
That's
has
the
been
first
history.
monetization.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Like seeing that coming.
Good. Good. It's another source of income. Good. When that not go feel good.
And
Man, that was good.
who can join these classes?
The ones on YouTube or regular ones that I have?
The regular ones that you have.
I focus mostly on persons who are at least 18 and over. But I do have every so often you might have a outlier, like a teenager or so. But I target women who are 20s, 25s up to 45s, and I do have persons who are in their 60s joining on as well.
Wow.
Yeah, man, for sure.
And you know for them, because you're a medical professional, so you know what them can manage from what them can't manage.
Exactly.
Right.
Have you ever had a case like somebody who probably can't manage, so they want to try something? And you have to tell them, say, hey, this not go help you, this is a mash up, They can't go for your head,
For every single class that I do, I provide them with modifications. So, for example, if they come to the class and I'm doing something like art, so a very good example is the reverse swine. I had the reverse swine the other day, and sorry, I have a frog in my throat. I'm so sorry. I might, if I get some water.
Marco, can I get a water?
So, yeah,
Miss
very
producer,
good.
can we have a bottle of water?
Madam producer.
So, sorry about that. So, the reverse wine, I've had quite a few persons, because it's not a dance move that everybody can do. Reverse wine, for persons who are listening and don't know, if you know of Royal G or Jane Mena, they made it popular. It's that wine that you do on your knees, and you just doing a wine on the floor. Typically, the girls do it with the back view, and it's all over the internet, and a lot of women, they got into my DMs because my tutorial, that tutorial also got over 1 million views on YouTube during the pandemic. Yeah, man.
Hits.
Because the thing is with my tutorials is that I'm able to break down from the standpoint of not just a dancer, but a dancer who's been trained at Edna College in body conditioning, kinesiology, and then from that I segued into physiotherapy. So then when I teach you, I'm not just showing you, okay, girl, go down on your knee them. I'm showing you that,
And do
okay,
this and do that and
The best way
no,
for you to do
because
it.
the thing is, even though we all have the same anatomy, we don't have the same anatomy, if that makes any sense. You know
Some
what I
people
mean?
more flexible than others.
Some people
That's
more
what you're
flexible
trying
than
to say.
others. Some people are nursing conditions from way back when they were picnics, so their knees might not be as
Underlying
flexible.
illness.
Exactly. So I get people have to understand that, okay, you may not be able to go down here, and it's okay. You can do it right here, modification, and you still can look damn sexy doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
So
makes
that's
sense.
the difference with me.
So you kind of just
So-
combine both the physiotherapy with the dancing for
Have
help
to.
the clients.
Have to.
Yeah,
So,
man, that's very creative.
to answer your question, when persons come into the class and them can't do certain things, we pack them up with modifications, we grab on the cushion them, the yoga mat them, here you go, girl, you are good.
Make it work.
Yes, we'll make it work.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's definitely awesome.
For sure.
These classes are both physical and virtual?
Yes. So I have to do it virtual as well, because my ladies from my pandemic family, they would not forgive me, because like I had the workshops that I did the other day, the same one I was telling you I did before I went down to Sumfest. I actually did like a mini island tour, if you want to call it that. I did it in Montego Bay, but even though I did it in Mobay, Ocho and Kingston, I still had to have that virtual feature wherein they can join me as they please from the different time zones and so on. So definitely, all my classes now, since that pandemic time, are virtual and physical.
Okay.
Yes.
So how does one find you to join one of your classes?
You can link me on the DMs, Chris Choreo.
Yeah, active in the idea.
Okay.
They can go to the DMs. I have a work phone. I can drop that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, of
Yeah, the
course.
work phone number is 876-428-9791. Send a WhatsApp message first, because the phone is not always on. And you just let me know. Serious inquiries only. You let
Yes,
me.
We know them
in the DMs, guy.
Some very weird DMs. Very far out DMs. Yeah.
Like what, so?
Send me a picture of your feet. I've had that.
And they say them go?
I've had that,
Feet?
yeah.
Yo, man, them terrible. These folks up,
Yeah,
man.
they are.
Men alone?
See, men alone on the foot thing, and that's since I started wearing heels, because I used to dance in just like sneakers or flats, but then since I incorporated the heels, and it's just kind of become my thing now, I've had men ask me for photos of feet.
Wow.
What, do you have women asking you for weird photos as well?
No, I don't have women asking for weird photos. Women, they don't really come at you like that. I think they just come in and just will be like, hey, I like you. It's very straightforward. It's
Just
not like...
just like that.
Yeah. Both men and women, yeah.
Oh, problem.
Yeah, it goes down in the DM.
In the DMs.
So have you ever found a male to call you about your class, to join one of your classes?
I have.
So them are come learn.
I have, but they have not been allowed. I had one guy who had paid for the sensuality class, but then I had to remove him from the group because he paid. It was weird, because it's like, I know sometimes the women might use their partner's bank accounts, and so that name will come into my email, and so when I saw that name, it didn't mean anything to me, because I was like, okay, probably should just use her husband's bank account or PayPal or whatever to pay. But then he came into the class, and I was like, no, we don't. I'm so sorry. I'm going to remove you.
You trouble, brother.
Yeah.
Come out.
Yes, I
Come
had
out
to
of
remove
here.
him from the space. But apart from that, I have worked with a couple males who genuinely just wanted to learn how to dance, especially in like the entertainment scene. They wanted to be able to have a better stage presence on stage. I've worked with men like that.
Okay.
Who are genuine want to learn. Type of
You
vibe.
recently you recently were choreographing the Miss Universe pageant?
Recently, yeah.
Okay, how was that for you, and what was that experience like?
It was really nice.
It was
really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. I like working with those type of woman empowerment type of institutions. I think they're beautiful.
Yeah.
I think they're very important. A
definitely.
lot of persons don't like pageantry because of beauty is not in a box or whatever. But as an old pageant girl myself, I learned. Yeah, man, I did pageants back in the day. I was actually Miss Teen Jamaica.
No, I forget the cliff
Live.
was over.
I
Like,
was
you
Miss
know.
Teen Jamaica in 2009.
I did not know that.
We can see the connection.
I surprised you right now because I did not know that.
Yeah, I was. So from back in those days, I know how pageants can really help to unearth just confidence in a woman.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And talent. Bring talent to the forefront.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, man, and shows women how you can be impactful in your own society, how you can help, you know what I mean. So it was a great experience. It kind of took me back, and working with them, it was a dance hall / pop / sexy dance they did, and they did the leg of the bird for the person. So it was it was actually a very, very beautiful piece choreographed for them.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That sounds wonderful. So were they easy to teach? Were they hard to teach? Were some challenging, others not so much? Like, what was that like for you? Did anyone have problems getting the moves?
Yeah, I mean, in every group, you're going to have, especially if you're dealing with unprofessional, not as in unprofessional, meaning not dancers.
Yeah.
You're going to have persons who are not, it's not their strength because
The two
Miss
left foot
Universe.
them.
Yeah, they're really fashion models. They're really fashion models if you call a thing a thing. But apart from that, no, they're really polite, really sweet. Learn the movements really quickly, and then the thing is, we had an arrangement wherein I was able to choreograph because I'm a busy schedule. I choreographed for them, and then the organizers basically just ran the routines during the week whenever I wasn't there.
Okay.
So whenever I went on weekends, I just got the good stuff. It's like, they're clean and nice, and I could just add on routine and so on. So it really wasn't hard for me.
So is that the first time that you ever worked with
Pageants?
Yeah.
I don't think so, I think as an official choreographer, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think as an official choreographer, yes. Apart from that, it was probably just like a very small, I can't remember. I'm sure there's something somewhere back in the day that I did like a very minor role, but this was the first official choreographer for Miss Universe Jamaica, the opening piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's definitely good, and we'll love to see you go up and up and up. You know what I mean? We're root for you. You know what I mean? Hopefully they call you back next year again.
I do hope so, because I did have fun.
Okay, and they do look like they had fun too, because one of the contestants actually works here as well, Zesha K. Yeah, I don't know if you know her.
I don't remember the face. Yeah.
Yeah, she works here, so you know what I mean. She was saying that your classes were really good, and she learned a lot. So you know what I mean. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. Chris Choreo, it's definitely good having you here.
Thank
you know
you.
what I mean?
Thank you for having me.
I think you gave our audiences a wealth of information.
Hope
For
so.
those who who want to catch two dance moves, who want, revitalize themselves, in terms of, maybe them romance, or so on
Spice
and
up
so
the thing,
forth.
look
Yeah.
a
A little spark.
Yeah, so say you're married for a good while, people you have to turn up the thing, see you you can't just Lego the thing, so you can link up with Chris Choreo for the good moves them.
Reinvent yourself.
Yeah, man. So when you come son, him come home, you just come so and you put the style and pan where Chris teacher. Him just like, what? Where you get that from? You know what I mean? Where you gonna learn that? Problems. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean, Chris, go ahead one more time and just go ahead and plug, your socials, how people can reach you, and you know what I mean, how often can they check to see new videos on your pages?
Sure. So my Instagram, Chris Choreo, CHRISS_CHOREO. TikTok is official Chris_Choreo, and the YouTube is the same, Chris Choreo. I post to YouTube every single Tuesday tutorials, dance tutorials, physiotherapy tips, and tutorials as well. I also incorporate fitness tips as well for the women. A lot of ladies want to get big booty, all kind of stuff. So I do videos like those as well. So it pretty much
for
health,
build the big
fitness, and
booty.
beauty. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now
You
hear
know,
that.
it's a thing. It's a
Yeah.
staple, yeah. And then on my Instagram, it's pretty much usually daily, Mondays to Fridays. Saturdays and Sundays, I usually kind of take a break unless I'm like doing something interesting, like being at Nationwide with you wonderful folk. I do like
Right.
The meltdown.
I do like a post or something. But throughout the week, I typically do things like I'll do like promo videos. So pretty much
Yeah.
throughout the week. Yeah.
Quickly before you go, like, what do you do on your your off time? What do you enjoy doing, like when you're not
God.
You
working?
actually have a off time.
I do.
Also.
I do often. I do sometimes, man. I like going through nature. I know it's persons might think, oh, really, nature? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I prefer to be
You like river and them thing?
rivers. I
Uh-huh.
like the sea. I like.
Bird.
Me, I can't be friend. Me, I can't be friend.
I like that sort of thing. I watched a very interesting video the other day. I don't know if you know Paula Herlock.
Heard
she
name.
spoke. Yeah, she spoke a lot about human beings being electromagnetic beings, and so in order to heal ourselves, we definitely need to be a part of nature. We need to go outside, not
Stay
on the nasty
grounded.
ground. Yeah, stay grounded.
yes,
Take
yes.
off your shoes, walk through the beautiful grass, listen to the birds, listen to the river, walk out. It's healing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? The
definitely.
sounds, things like dancing is healing. You know what I mean? So
build your soul.
yeah.
The arts.
So especially if you are, a person who's busy, you have your 9 to 5. Every now and then, I do believe that persons, if you identify as a human, because people identify as all different.
Yeah, people
I'm not
identify
here
as
to
human and
judge.
something.
I'm not
Not the
judging.
truth.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's important to go out and connect with nature.
Yeah,
You know what
and
I
just
mean?
to get away from all of the.
Get away from the hustle and bustle.
All right, Chris. It's
Yeah.
been so fun. You know what I mean? We get a world of knowledge what we never know before, and everybody know what them can find and know. You know what I mean? So we do hope to have you again. Maybe after your next performance or after your Trinidad explorations.
Yes.
You can come tell about it.
Yeah.
Or anything new that that you plan to put out there or you have in the works. Say you can link up and put
man,
out there
for
for you.
sure,
We're big fans over here, and more strength, more life, more prosperity.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to say to your
Plug
fans
before we go?
Yeah, before.
Just
Yeah.
nothing but bare love. Thank you so much for continuing to follow the true, genuine fans and will follow me not just because me in a bikini.
Not the pervert them. The pervert people not talk uno. Yeah, that's the real people them.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
honestly following me for me, and you love the messages them that I send out there. And
Yes.
big up yourself. Thank you so much across YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and even just my patients them in the clinic, because some of them see me and they're like, Chris, how you do it? Because you come in and you scrubs and you're so nice and cute.
Yeah.
And then when them go up on Instagram later, it's like a total
Different
Different Chris.
person.
Yes, that's really it. Big up to all the people who support Chris from day one to now.
All right.
Thank you, Christina.
Thank
you.
This is the Weekend Meltdown.